And welcome back, you guys. This is week 16 of my NFL Weekly Picks for the 2017-2018 NFL season. TJ Harman for you on YouTube, over_L for you on Twitter. If this is your first time on my channel, please click that subscribe button. Come back each and every week for picks, predictions, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Alright, I got here with me my special guest once again for the third time this season. Is my boy, Reese Will. Tell him what's up, Reese.
What's up, everybody?
What was your take on last week's Week 15 games?
Well, I had a crappy week, so things didn't go the way I expected it, but we about back this week.
I hope you do. Could have been a lot better, but guess what? Week 15, I went 13-3 straight up. And I went, let me check out something real quick. Yep, 13-3 straight up, 11-4-2 against the spread. Those two pushes came in the game between Dallas, Oakland, and Pittsburgh and the Patriots. What was your take on that game against the Patriots and the Steelers?
Well, the Steelers got robbed. But they also made a key mistake instead of going to Steelers on the side of the game, take it to overtime.
That's exactly what I was talking about. So what? He didn't have full control of the ball. You could have still spiked it, which I thought he did. But it turns out he fake spiked the ball, and it turned out to be a lousy turnover on an interception that ended the game with the kneel down. So, yeah. Tomlin made a huge mistake by letting Big Ben fake spiking instead of just spiking and then going for 3 points to tie the game, and we wouldn't be discussing this particular situation at this point. Exactly. So, and also the Rams, how in the hell did they exploit both offense and defense of the Seattle Seahawks?
That was a total domination. I didn't expect it. But that was a complete domination on all phases of the Rams' part as well.
And
the Rams are just that good. We just have to face it. The Rams are that good.
And not only that, the Rams coming off that 43-35 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles just 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, I would be fueled up and pumped up against a division rival Seahawks. So, yeah, in their own home dome, they got blasted. Crowd was out of there by halftime. I was like, wow. But with that, let me just recap. I went 13-3 straight up, 11-4-2 against the spread. My video pick, I was 2-1, both against the spread, straight up, and over under. Now, so far for the season, I am 153 wins, 71 losses straight up, 113 wins, 104 losses with 4 pushes against the spread. So with that, let us get with our week 16 picks. We start off with the Saturday games. No Thursday football for the remainder of the season. 2 Saturday games we got at 4:30. We got the 3-11 Indianapolis Colts traveling to it's not FedEx Field, but I forget the name of that field of the Ravens. They're facing the Baltimore Ravens at 8-6. Who are you going to take and why?
I'm taking the Ravens. Colts are just horrible.
Exactly. And the last meeting, the Ravens had beaten the Colts in Indianapolis by, I think, 13 or 14 points. So, yeah. I think
the Ravens are still in the playoff hunt.
Exactly. Matter of fact, they have the last spot in the AFC playoffs. So, yeah. Put it as if I'm going to take the Ravens to win this game as well as Reese will. So, Colts, get prepared. I think Chuck Pagano's season may be over with the Colts. And we might see, yeah, he'll be fired. And I think Andrew Luck may be playing elsewhere for another team. Don't be surprised if it be with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I'm kind of guessing at this time. I'm not saying it's possible, but hey, you never know in the NFL.
I would say Denver Broncos.
We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, the next game we got the 11-3 Minnesota Vikings traveling to Lambeau Field to face the 7-7 Green Bay Packers. The Packers are eliminated after the loss to the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, and Aaron Rodgers was put on injured reserve. There was no need for him to really come and try to help out the Eagles and beating the Vikings, but Brett Hundley is going to be the signal caller for this game. So who are you taking in this game?
I'm taking on that fact because if Aaron Rodgers played, I would have went with Green Bay, but I'm taking Minnesota in this one. They got a lot of riding on it. And Green Bay has nothing to play for.
And I'm sorry to say, if Aaron Rodgers was to play this game, I would have picked the Packers to beat the Vikings because, of course, this is the same team who put Aaron Rodgers out of commission earlier this season and blew him out in Minnesota after it was a tight game to start, but then Minnesota just opened up the floodgates.
That's another reason why they set him down, because why was another injury again? This one would be worse than the first one.
Right. So
for nothing.
Exactly. So Gio, I'm going with your Vikings to take this game against the Packers, and hopefully we'll talk about that upcoming with the Eagles and Raiders later on in a bit. All right, so I'm going to pick the Vikings to win this game. Unfortunately, I think they have what it takes. Even that blowout win against the Bengals and the return of Teddy Bridgewater. Yes. You might see a little bit of him, too, in this game, but I wouldn't be surprised because they're still fighting for the #1 spot in the NFC. So they win, they are virtually going to be up top of the NFC conference. Just for a brief minute until the Eagles play the Raiders, but we'll see what happens in that game. All right, to Sunday games, we got the 7-7 LA Chargers, or should I say StubHub Chargers, traveling to MetLife Stadium to face the 5-9 New York Jets. Who's your take and why?
San Diego Superchargers. They're in the playoff hunt. Stay on fire. And the Jets are a team that's up and down. And you never know what you're probably going to get. But I think I'm going to take the Chargers in this one.
I think I'm going to take the Chargers in this one as well. Even though Phillip Rivers and company didn't do so swell against the Chiefs at Arrowhead last weekend, I think they'll bounce back once again on the road, this time at MetLife Stadium. And Bryce Petty, he didn't do too bad against the New Orleans Saints, but they still got the loss by 12 points. So, yeah, I'm going with the Chargers in this game, even if Bryce Petty is in this game or not. So, I think LA will keep their playoff hopes alive with a win. Next game, we got the 5-9 Denver Broncos traveling to FedEx Field to face the 6-8 Washington Redskins, who were eliminated even though they won their game against the Cardinals last week. And the Broncos, a big win in Indianapolis on last Thursday night. Who are you taking in this game?
I am going to take, probably, I hate to say this, I'm going with the Washington Redskins.
And the only reason why you're picking the Redskins is because what?
Because I think they're just more complete team at this point than Denver is. I mean, Denver played the Colts last week. They are horrible. And the Redskins can run the ball, they can pass the ball, and they got Kirk Cousins, and their defense is okay enough to beat Denver.
Even with Brock Osweiler as a signal call for Denver?
They're having a quarterback here, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Washington Redskins to win this game for pride. And, like I've been saying, Redskins will probably go 8-8, and I'm keeping my my predictions with the Redskins. But, yeah, I think they're going to have to win against the Broncos at FedEx Field. Next game, we got the 8-6 Buffalo Bills, who are still in the playoff hunt, playing the New England Patriots at Gillette Stadium. Who is your pick?
I want to go with Buffalo, but I want to say the New England Patriots. Buffalo had a very emotional win last week. It was a fun win, and they're in the playoff hunt. But if Tom Brady and company got Gronkowski and Tom Brady, I'm going with the Patriots.
Yeah, and this is at Gillette It's at Gillette Stadium, so yeah, I'm going to go with the New England Patriots as well. Even though I didn't like the outcome of that game between the Steelers and Patriots, because the Steelers blew their chances to keeping their AFC #1 in the conference alive, but even with the, all that went down, I think the Patriots are going to win this game. And the Bills, they're not going to lose single-handedly. I think they're going to put a fight like they did with like the Patriots did with the Steelers. So yeah, and don't count LaShawn McCoy with Tyrod Taylor. I think he might have a big game, so we'll see what happens. But the Patriots should win this game and could possibly have the home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
As long as you got Tom Brady on the other side, you'll find a way to win the shootout. But
you know what's funny? Tom Brady is starting to show Father Time. Seriously, how you lose to the Miami Dolphins one week, come back storming against the Steelers.
Quick one answer. Gronkowski was out.
True. Very
That's
true.
The bottom line.
Very true.
Gronkowski was out. That's his receiver. He makes everything work.
Exactly. All right. Next game against the spread, straight up and over under, is the LA Rams traveling to Nissan Stadium to face the 8-6 Tennessee Titans, who are still alive in the AFC wild card, just barely. Let me just tell you right now, the Rams are 6.5-point favorites on the road. They're 9-5 against the spread this season, compared to Tennessee 6-7-1 against the spread. The LA Rams 7-2 against the spread in 9 games, and 7-2 straight up in 9 games. But against the Titans, they are 5-1 against the spread on the road in 6 games, and they're 6-1 straight up on the road against the Titans in 7 games. Meanwhile, the Titans are 6-3 straight up in their last 9 games, and they're 7-2-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. Against the Rams, they are 5-0 straight up at home, and they're 4-1 against the spread versus the Rams in their last 5 games. So who's your take, and who are you going to think will win?
I'm going with the St. Louis
Who?
Rams.
Boy.
They should have never moved anyway. But anyway, I'm going with the LA Rams in this one, and they will go over the 6-point spread.
Yeah, Tennessee right now, they're in a barn burn. They're in a firestorm right now.
They're a sweeter team.
Exactly.
Certain times they're good, certain times they're not. And right now they're not good.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota making bad decisions. I don't know what's going on here. How the hell did they lose to the San Francisco 49ers when they had the game on the line? And you gotta run up the middle. You can't do that. You gotta pass or do something. You just can't do that to a team like the San Francisco 49ers.
He's banged up.
Who's banged up?
Marcus Mariota.
Really?
Yeah.
But he's still going to play in this game, is he or is he not?
Yeah.
He's not playing?
Overall.
Okay. Right. So you're taking the Rams to win this game?
Yeah, over the spread.
And I think I'm going to take the Rams minus 6.5 in this game. I like them to win straight up, even though I don't want them to. But, hey, they're in the NFC, and they are a tough team, especially with a blowout win against the Seahawks at CenturyLink Stadium last week. Unbelievable how they just did that to Russell Wilson and company. The total for the game is 48 points. You know the Rams are going to put up points. By the way, might I add, the Rams are number 2 on offense with the Philadelphia Eagles with total points scored with 438 points. So, with that said, the Rams, like the Eagles, can score 30-plus points. So, I'm going to take that point total over 48 points in this game, regardless what the Titans will do. I think the Rams could score 35 or 40 points altogether in this game. So, yeah, take the Rams straight up, -6.5, and over 48 points in that game. All right, the next game we got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Mercedes-Benz Superdome to face the 10-4 New Orleans Saints. Who's your pick?
New Orleans Saints.
Why you picked the New Orleans Saints?
Drew Brees and 2 monster running backs. And they got an overall good defense. It's a quiet defense, no big names on it, but they're doing a great job this season.
And you know, against these two teams, they just played 2 Thursdays ago on Thursday Night Football about 2 weeks ago, and the same team lost on the road to the Atlanta Falcons. So, and that's the same game that Alvin Kamara suffered a concussion. Mm-hmm.
Payback time, right?
Yeah, so yeah, definitely payback time. Even though Atlanta got the win barely to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night, Monday Night Football, this is going to be a shootout. And yeah, I'm going to go to the New Orleans Saints to rebound from that last matchup loss and put a win on their home column.
I don't want to say it's going to be a shootout. I think the Saints got a better defense. Of course, they got a better defense than Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But this is not, and you see they only put up 20 on Tampa Bay.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's going to be a shootout.
So he's going to take the Saints, and I'm going to take the Saints as well. Next game, we got the 4-10 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very, very poor, upsetting team. Traveling to Carolina to face the 10-4 Panthers. Who's your pick?
Carolina.
And a laugher, really?
Yeah.
Now, you know what? Funny thing about the Carolina Panthers, of course, they beat the Packers last week by a touchdown. And like I said, Buccaneers couldn't do anything with the Falcons, even though they could have tied the game. But I think they missed the field goal to tie the game or something. But yeah, I'm going to go with Carolina. And you know, it's one thing about Carolina. The owner sold the team. So now, yeah, the owner of the Panthers is about to sell the team. And there are a whole bunch of buyers. One being P. Diddy, or should I say Brother Love, Diddy. And also the 49er former owner. There he's a possible run-in with the Panthers as well. So yeah, if Diddy happens to become an owner, he wants to sign. And you know what? I think so too. But if Diddy was to be owner, he was going to sign Colin Kaepernick to join the Carolina team.
And you know that's not going to happen.
Nah.
Sam Newton together, no.
Two Eagles, I don't think would really match. So exactly. But in this game, I'm going with Carolina because Newton and McCaffrey, they are gelling at the right time, and that's scary if you are the rest of the team in the playoffs in the NFC. So take it for what you know. All right, next game we got the 0-14 Cleveland Browns, who will get the #1 pick in the 2018 NFL Draft in Dallas, traveling to Soldier Field to face the 4-10 Chicago Bears. This could be a trap game, but who are you picking?
I was just about to say that. I'm picking the Chicago Bears. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland finds a way to beat the Bears, but I just want with Chicago. Trubisky is a little more advanced, and they got a little more better team and great running back. So. And
yeah, don't forget Jordan Howard. He definitely is a beast for the Bears as well. I'm torn up between the Browns and Bears because now that the Browns got the #1 pick, this could be an upset here in Soldier Field because remember, the Bears were upset by the Packers and they were upset by one other team in Soldier Field 2 straight weeks in a row. I just don't see it happening here. I think the Bears will rebound and get that home win back after those 2 straight home losses. So I'm going to take the Bears as a safe pick in this game on Sunday in Soldier Field. Next game, we got the 8-6 Detroit Lions, who are still alive in the playoffs, facing the senseless 5-9 Cincinnati Bengals. No longer to me are Bengals. They're just banged up. Their coach is about to step down. If he loses, they may even just say, you ain't going to step down. Your ass is fired. Should have been fired 2 years ago. But, yeah, it's going to happen. Whether he steps down or they'll fire him should they lose to the Lions at home. Who should take him? Who you going to take to win?
I think I'm going to go with the Lions on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions, too. Did you see their color jerseys they had last week? And red.
Yeah, I like it.
They are nice. They are fire.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, man.
I thought they could have probably put a blue stripe down the side or something, but it was so nice.
It's okay. You don't see too many gray jerseys on these ball clubs. So, yeah. Nevertheless, I'm going to take the Lions, and they're going to keep their playoff hopes alive in the wild card with a win against the Bengals. Will Andy Dalton return to the Bengals next season?
I don't know. I don't send a toss-up.
Yeah. And you know Marv Lewis is leaving, I think Dalton's ready to make another move to another team. So, yeah. I don't think Dalton's going to return next season either. So, yeah. Lions win, keep their hopes alive. All right, next game we got the 6-8 Miami Dolphins traveling to Arrowhead to face the 8-6 Kansas City Chiefs, who could pretty much clinch this division with this win, if they do, over the Dolphins. Who is your pick in this game?
I'm going with the Dolphins because they got a lucky one because Brocky was out. The Dolphins ain't really that much of a good team, but hey, lightning do strike one. So, but I'm going with I'm going with that.
You're going with the upset and picking the Dolphins?
No, we think crazy.
Boy, I think I heard you correctly say I'm going to pick the Dolphins. Ah, oh, please.
No, I said they got lucky last week.
Okay. I got you.
No.
I was about to say, my boys was about to say it too. Like, huh? Is he crazy? Yeah. Kansas City, I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this game. And like I said, they will take a commanding lead in the AFC West if, by any chance, the Chargers was to lose on the road against the Jets, which I don't think happened. If they lose, yeah, the Chiefs will probably clinch the division. But, yeah, I'm going to get the Chiefs to win this game at Arrowhead. Late games, we got the 10-4 AFC South champion Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Santa Clara to face the 4-10 San Francisco 49ers, who are winners of 3 straight of their own. Who are you picking? This could be a trap game as well, but who are you picking?
Well, you go first.
Well, let's see. I have to say that I'm very impressed with...
And you better take Jacksonville.
Excuse me. I'm impressed with Jimmy Garoppolo since taking over the 49ers. He's been winners against the Bears, winners against the Titans, and just the winner against another team. I think was it Tampa Bay who they beat? Who did they beat? The second game after they beat the Bears.
You better take Jacksonville.
Anyway, I'm asking you who was the team, but nonetheless, like I said, Jimmy Garoppolo is the future quarterback for the 49ers. Jacksonville, I have to say, have the #1 defense, only allowing 209 points for this team. I'm definitely going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars in this one. And, you know, they could possibly have the #2, maybe #2, maybe #3 in the AFC conference within the division of the playoffs. So, yeah, I'm picking the Jaguars in this game. Who are you picking?
Jaguars.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, we got the 2-12 New York Giants traveling to Glendale to face the 6-8 Arizona Cardinals. Who are you picking? Who are you picking?
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I think he doesn't really want to pick neither one of these teams. The Giants, of course, almost upset the Eagles last week, but the Eagles found a way to come back and win that game. And I think the referees in that game against the Giants was a bit too much. It was a lot of fighting, a lot of penalties that really should have been called but weren't called. So, yeah, the Eagles got to win nonetheless. The Giants, their 12th loss, and I don't know how long it's been. And Arizona only scored 5.
Hold on. They made when they said the fans, the Philadelphia fans, was costing the loss.
Say that again?
He got many to the Philadelphia fans is the reason why they lost, because they were so loud. They got
Yes, I read that too, because the players couldn't hear the play call, and yeah, he said he had to blame the unfriendly confines of Philadelphia fans in attendance. But that's what we do, because that's what we did to the Rams, and that's what we did to the Chargers. That's what you gotta do with your Eagle fans. But we're talking Giants here. And Arizona only scored 5 field goals in that loss to the Washington Redskins. Who are you picking?
Well, at this point, I'm not picking the Giants, so that's established.
And Adrian Peterson is also on the injured reserve list as well for the remainder of the season. So
they can still beat the Giants.
And you know what? I'm going with the upset. I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm going with the Giants in this one.
You going with the Giants?
I'm going with the Giants in this one.
Oh, wow. Was Larry Fitzgerald?
Larry Fitzgerald couldn't do anything against the Redskins last week. But you got to remember Evan Ingram. You got to remember those other two guys. You know what? They might even play the same type of game they played with the Eagles with these Cardinals.
Washington Redskins got Josh Norman.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And there's no John, and I think John Brown's probably not going to be in this game either for the
and they're not going to
Cardinals.
get no pressure back. They ain't going to get no pressure on the quarterback. They only said Nick Foles on that mistake one time.
One time.
And come on, if you can't sack Nick Foles, I mean, I love my Eagles, don't get me wrong, but if you can't sack Nick Foles more than once, you ain't getting no pressure on the quarterback.
But Eli threw for over 300 yards, and that's something that the Eagles defense should not have done, giving him that opportunity.
Jet-lag Eagles team that was on the last end of their road trip, they were ready to come home. They were still emotionally involved in that win against St. Louis. That's what that's about.
If you don't stop calling those Rams St. Louis.
I mean,
Now, this pick could change, but right now I'm going to go with the Giants because they had a better game last week than the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm not sure what to think about this Cardinals as of this particular point right now. He's going to go with the Cardinals, and I'm going to go with the Giants. We'll see what happens. All right, the game of the week really is the 8-6 Seattle Seahawks traveling to AT&T Stadium to face the 8-6 Dallas Cowboys. Both teams are virtually still alive in this NFC wild card, and this is against the spread, over, under, and straight up. The Seahawks are 5-point dogs on the road. I really don't know what the deal is with the Seattle Seahawks. They were exploited on offense and defense by both Rams defense and Rams offense. And Russell Wilson, that was his worst playing time in Seattle in his career at CenturyLink Field. Unbelievable. 42-7 losers to your division rival Rams. And Dallas, meanwhile, winners against the Raiders that really had some implications that they almost lost the game, but they found a way to hold off and win by 3 points over the Raiders. So I really don't know at this point. Seattle 3-7-1 against the spread in their last 11 games on the road. They're 4-1 straight up in 5 games on the road. 2-5 both straight up and against the spread against Dallas in 7 games. So Dallas is 2-4 against the spread and straight up in 6 games. But against Seattle, they are 5-2 against the spread and straight up at home in 7 games with the Seattle Seahawks. So with that, and Ezekiel Elliott will be returning from his suspension, but Jason Garrett does not know what type of role he's going to use Ezekiel Elliott with Alfred Morris. Now they let go one of their running backs since the suspension of Elliott. So yeah.
He's available to come back this weekend.
Yeah, it's this weekend. It's this weekend.
Okay, that's 6 games real quick.
Yeah, it did rent real quick. He was in Cabo St. Lucas, Mexico on his little vacation, working out and doing all that stuff. And you know, his dad said this will be the greatest comeback ever. We shall see about that. His dad is just as crazy as his son. But yeah, think Dallas is going to win this game. 5 points for Dallas, -5. And I'm going to pick them straight up to win this game at home. The point total for the game is 47 points. Seattle, like I said, only 7 points last week. And Dallas, 20 points last week.
Don't you think Pete Carroll and the Seahawks will be pissed off at that game from last week and they won't be banned against the Cowboys?
But you got to remember, their defense is so banged up. And Dallas might see that to their advantage, too.
I guarantee you that was the talk of the league. That they got beat that bad by the LA Rams.
So who are you picking? And against the spread and, over under?
I want to say Dallas, but I'll say Seattle.
He's going to pick Seattle. And with you picking Seattle, are they going to go +5 or are they going to be +5? Or you think Dallas is going to... Excuse me, you're going to pick Seattle, so yeah, you'll pick the Seattle +5. And your total points is under or over the 47 points?
Under.
You say under 47 points?
Yeah, I'll say over. Yeah, I'll take over.
I'm going to pick over 47 points because remember, Seattle can score points at any given day. And so can Dallas now that Ezekiel Elliott is back. And then you got Cole Beasley and Dez Bryant and Jason Witten. And oh my goodness, they're all ready.
But Dallas defense ain't got no lead on fire either.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm taking Dallas to win. Take them to take the points at -5. And shut up. Shut up. Oh my goodness. I hate this. Anyway, I'll let it go. Alright. That's crazy. So I'm going to pick the Cowboys in this game. Oh my goodness. I should have just, you know what? I don't believe I did that. Alright. Thank you very much. Alright. And that was the late Sunday game on Christmas Eve, guys. Then we got 2 games on Christmas Day and night. We got the 11-3 Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to NRG Stadium to face the 4-10 Houston Texans. Steelers, the game was taken away from them because they did a stupidity move by not kicking the tying field goal. So that's how they lost to the Patriots. Very, very upset.
And beat all up on Houston.
Antonio Brown suffered a calf injury, so he's not going to be playing these last 2 games of the season. But he may be available in the playoffs.
They still got Schuster, so
Juju Smith-Schuster. And they got Jesse James, so yes.
And they got
Le'Veon Bell, who ran for over 100 yards last week. Texans, I don't know what to say about them. Since they lost Deshaun Watson, they had T.J. Yates covering for them last week, and it didn't really help them much either. So the Steelers, I think, will win this game straight up in Texas. And Bill O'Brien says he's not going nowhere. He's not going to leave the Texans for nobody. Well, trust me, guy. Your general manager and president has a say on that as well as the owner. So you can't predict where you're going or where you're not going. So all I know is that the Steelers are going to come to your town and crush you. So what you got to say about that? All right, and the last game, final against the spread, straight up and over-under, is the 6-8 Oakland Raiders traveling to Lincoln Financial Field to face our Philadelphia Eagles, who are 12-2. First time the last time the Eagles were 12-2 was back in 1980 and the 2002, 2003, 2004 season. So, yeah. Eagles at home are 9-point favorites on Christmas night. They're calling for a possibility of both rain and snow for this game, so
might be a sloppy game.
Might be a sloppy game. But meanwhile, Oakland is 0-4-1 against the spread on the road in 5 games. And they're 1-4-1 straight up on the road in 5 games. But against Philadelphia, they're 4-1 against the spread on the road against Philly and 2-4 straight up versus Philly on the road. Meanwhile, the Eagles are 5-0 against the spread and straight up at home in their last 5 games. But they're 1-4 against the spread in 5 games versus Oakland. But they're 4-2 straight up in 6 games versus Oakland. Again, the Eagles winners against the Giants on Sunday, but their defense need to step it up. They're slowing down, and you're about to get into the playoffs, and you definitely do not want to start this slowing down process.
Like I just said a few minutes ago, the Eagles on the end of the last road game against the Giants. They were tired. They just want to come home, sleep in their own beds, relax. You got to realize that when they played Seattle, they went straight to L.A. They didn't come home. They went straight to L.A. Then from L.A. to New York. They've been sleeping in hotels for the last 3 weeks. And they just was ready to come home. So that's why this season's going to be much more disciplined this week. They're going to be flying all over the place just like they were doing all season long. They're back home. They got good sleep. They with their wives, they with their family. They're focused now. They know the last 2 games are going to be at home. They're going to come out like a house of fire on defense. You watch that.
I hear what you're saying, totally, and I agree with you. And I'm not worried about the Eagles' offense because you know what they're going to do. Nick Foles, I've been telling y'all, is the Carson Wentz clone. Did you see that play against Jason Pierre-Paul where he almost strip-sacked him, but he dived and kind of missed him altogether and threw it to a wide open, I think it was Torrey Smith or Nelson Aguilar?
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. And,
it was. That was gone nuts.
Yeah, he been under Carson Wentz's wing for quite some time, so he know what to do.
I've seen a lot of movement this week. I've never seen Nick Foles.
24 for 38, over 238 yards, I believe that was his total. No interceptions, but he got sacked once, was under pressure a few times. So yeah. In this game against the Raiders, Derek Carr, he's starting to slip in the cracks a little bit. And how the hell, in that game in Sunday night, did he try to do the same thing Carson Wentz did, but he fumbled the ball, tried to reach the ball under the pylon, but he got ball knocked out, ended up going to the sideline for a touchback. Unbelievable, in the end zone. Exactly, that was a bonehead play. So, with that, I don't think the Raiders will have a shot at beating the Eagles on our home turf. So, I'm going to take the Eagles to take those points, -9, and to win the game straight up. Total points for that game is 47 points. You know the Eagles are going to score another 30 points, possibly. But we're not sure what the Oakland defense is going to do with the Eagles offense, as well as what Marshawn Lynch, who's always been a thorn in the Eagles' side, is going to do. And that's the only problem. Marshawn Lynch can still be a little beast with the Eagles' defense, but
I'm not worried about Marshawn Lynch. The only running back that really kind of killed us this season was Panthers.
yeah.
Our run game is all season long, and Marshawn Lynch is not good, and he's not going to do anything against our defense. So it's going to be a mix of one-dimensional. They're going to have to pass the ball, and the new Ravens, though, that don't bode well for Derek Carr.
So you're going to take the Eagles with the, or you're going to give the Eagles the points, or you're going to let Oakland cover the points?
I'm going to take the Eagles, and I'm going to let. I don't want Oakland cover, but I'm take the Eagles, and I'm taking what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you heard it here, guys. Eagles 9-point favorites. Take the points, win the game straight up, and the game should go over 47 points. Depending on the weather, this could change. So we will see what happens. All right, guys, those are our Week 16 picks and prediction. What are yours? Post your comments down below. I want to thank Reese Will once again for helping me out with my picks this week. And, of course, the last couple weeks where we hit 2,000 in 1 week. Second week, we had under about 1,500-1,600. And we hope to get a little bit more than that. So, yeah, thanks, Reese Will, for all your help. And we'll probably see you during the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Glad to be again.
All right. Check out our YouTube Prognosticators page. The link and stuff is down below. And check our Prognosticators YouTube page. Check their videos and things out. The link and stuff is down below as well. TJarman for you on YouTube. Over_L for you on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching Week 16. We will hope to see you next week for the end of the 2017-2018 NFL season. As New Year comes and Christmas comes, I want to wish each and every one of you a very, very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you right back here next week. Take care, and
Merry Christmas.
And we'll see you. Oh, Tiny Tim. I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for watching.